Hey everyone, Alpha Male Advice here with your main man, and let's be honest, first dates can be brutal. It's like trying to nail a stand-up comedy routine where the only audience member is judging your dating potential. But fear not, my friends, because tonight we're serving up 5 common first date fails. Those little slip-ups that could send you spiraling into the friend zone faster than you can say, check please. Stick around and we'll make sure you're prepped and ready to land date number 2. Alright fellas, first up is a classic blunder, talking about yourself and nothing but yourself. You might think you're being interesting, but in reality, you're just monopolizing the conversation. Look, I get it. You're fascinating. You've got stories, achievements, and quirky talents that you think will impress your date. You once ate a whole pizza in one sitting. That's quite a feat, but maybe save that story for later. You can recite the alphabet backwards. Impressive, but not exactly first date material. But trust me, on a first date, nobody wants to hear you narrate your entire life story. It's overwhelming and can come off as self-centered. It's like listening to someone read their own autobiography, and a boring one at that. You need to create a balance in the conversation. Instead, focus on your date. Show genuine interest in getting to know her. This isn't just about you. Ask open-ended questions like, what's the most spontaneous thing you've ever done? These types of questions encourage a more engaging and dynamic conversation. Or, what are you most passionate about? These questions show that you care about her interests and experiences. Then, actually listen to her answer. I know, revolutionary, right? Listening is a crucial part of communication. Engage, react, and show genuine interest. Nod, smile, and ask follow-up questions. This shows that you are truly paying attention. Remember, it's a two-way street, not a one-man show. A successful date is about mutual exchange, where both parties feel heard and valued. Share your stories, but also give her the space to share hers. It's about creating a connection, not just impressing her with your tales. And hey, if you really want to talk about your Bitcoin portfolio, maybe wait until the 3rd or 4th date. By then, she might actually be interested. So, next time you're on a date, remember to balance the conversation. Ask questions, listen, and share the spotlight. You'll both have a much better time. And who knows, you might just find that the more you listen, the more interesting the conversation becomes. Happy dating! Next up, we've got a mistake that screams, I put 0 effort into this date. Imagine this. You're out with someone you really like, but instead of engaging with them, you're glued to your phone or looking around the room, clearly uninterested. It's a surefire way to make the other person feel unimportant and undervalued. And no, I'm not talking about forgetting to shower, although please don't forget to shower. Personal hygiene is a basic expectation, but beyond that, showing that you care about your appearance can make a big difference. A little cologne, a quick hair fix. These small efforts show that you care about making a good impression. I'm talking about the dreaded no-plan plan. You know, when you show up without any idea of what to do or where to go. It creates an awkward atmosphere where neither of you knows what to say or do next. This lack of planning can lead to uncomfortable silences and a general feeling of unease. Showing up with a shrug and an, I don't know, what do you want to do, is about as appealing as finding a hair in your soup. It shows a lack of initiative and can make your date feel like you don't care enough to put in the effort. It's a major turnoff and can quickly derail what could have been a great time. It just screams unprepared and indecisive. When you don't have a plan, it can make your date feel like an afterthought, rather than someone you genuinely want to spend time with. This can lead to disappointment and confusion, and ultimately, a failed date. Instead, come armed with a plan. Having a plan shows that you're thoughtful and considerate. It demonstrates that you've put some thought into the date and that you value the time you'll be spending together. This can make a huge difference in how your date perceives you. But keep it cool and casual. You don't need to plan an elaborate evening. Sometimes, the simplest plans are the best. A relaxed setting can help both of you feel more comfortable and at ease, allowing for genuine connection and conversation. Suggest a fun activity, like grabbing coffee at a quirky cafe. Coffee dates are great, because they provide a low-pressure environment where you can chat and get to know each other. Plus, a unique or quirky cafe can add an element of fun and interest to the date. Checking out a local art fair can be another great option. Art fairs offer plenty of conversation starters and allow you to explore and discover new things together. It's a great way to bond over shared interests and experiences. Or going for a scenic walk. A walk in the park or along a scenic trail can be incredibly romantic and relaxing. It gives you the chance to talk and connect while enjoying the beauty of nature. Plus, it's a great way to get some fresh air and exercise. Having a plan shows you're thoughtful and actually put some thought into spending time with her. It demonstrates that you care about making the date enjoyable and memorable. So, next time you're planning a date, take a little time to think ahead and come up with a plan. It can make all the difference in turning a potential disaster into a fantastic experience. Chapter 3. Phone down, eyes up. Okay, this next one should be a no-brainer, but you'd be surprised how many guys still commit this cardinal sin, checking your phone on a date. It's one of the quickest ways to show disinterest and disrespect. Imagine being in the middle of a conversation, sharing something personal or funny, and your date is more engrossed in their screen than in you. It's not just rude, it's a major turnoff. Seriously, fellas, it's 2023. Do we still need to talk about this? Apparently, we do. The digital age has made it so easy to get lost in our devices, but there's a time and place for everything. And a date is definitely not the time to be scrolling through social media or checking emails. When you're glued to your phone, it sends a clear message. I'd rather be anywhere but here. It tells your date that whatever is on your screen is more important than the person sitting right in front of you. And let's be honest, no one wants to feel like they're competing with a phone for attention. And trust me, she's picking up what you're putting down, and it ain't pretty. The disappointment, the frustration, the feeling of being undervalued, it's all written on her face. You might think you're being discreet, but she notices every glance, every swipe, every tap. So put the phone away. It's really that simple. Show her that she has your full attention. Engage in the conversation. Ask questions. Listen actively. These small gestures go a long way in making her feel special and appreciated. Silence it. Stick it in your pocket. Launch it into orbit. Whatever it takes. The point is to be present in the moment. Your phone will still be there when the date is over, but the opportunity to make a genuine connection might not be. Your Instagram feed can wait. Those notifications, messages, and updates will still be there later. But the chance to make a lasting impression on your date is fleeting. Don't let a screen come between you and a potential meaningful relationship. Give your date your undivided attention, and she'll be way more interesting than any TikTok rabbit hole. Engage in meaningful conversations, share stories, laugh together. These moments are what build connections and memories. So, next time you're on a date, remember, phone down, eyes up. Chapter 4. Hold your horses, Casanova. Alright, imagine you're on a first date and the guy starts spilling his deepest, darkest secrets, like he's auditioning for a therapy session. Not exactly the romantic image you had in mind, right? Oversharing on a first date is like showing up in a Speedo when the dress code clearly said cocktail attire. It's too much, too soon. Keep the conversation light, fun, and engaging. Save the emotional baggage dump for your therapist. Or maybe like date number 5, if you're lucky. Stick to getting to know each other's interests, hobbies, and dreams for the future. You know, the fun stuff. Chapter 5. Chill out, champ. Last but not least, we've got a mistake that often stems from good intentions, but ends up being a major turnoff, trying too hard to impress. Look, we all want to put our best foot forward on a date, but there's a fine line between being charming and being a total tryhard. Don't feel like you need to exaggerate your accomplishments. Shower her with over-the-top compliments, or pretend to love something just because she does. Authenticity is key, my friends. Be yourself, let the conversation flow naturally, and focus on having a good time. If you're genuinely enjoying yourself, she'll pick up on that positive energy. Outro. Share your first date horror stories. So there you have it. 5 first date fails that could be sabotaging your chances of finding love. Remember, dating should be fun. Relax, be yourself, and treat your date with respect. Now, I want to hear from you guys. What's the worst first date mistake you've ever experienced or witnessed? Head down to the comments and spill the tea. And hey, if you're feeling brave, tag that date who needs to hear this. Until next time, keep it real, keep it classy, and keep those dates laughing.